happy to see you, Sil.
Did I see Jag made it?
Jag is here.
Simper's mom. Hello.
Hi, Simper's mom.
Vicky, KJ. Who else is here?
Tiffany.
Tiffany, girl, thank you so much for texting me and finding out where the heck we were on Tuesday.
I did try to post.
That's why we pay you the big bucks.
Yeah, you make lots of money, right? Oops, I'm new. I did try to post it in there, but I was just having terrible service too. So
well, that was the key. We had no service. We couldn't send an email. We really couldn't send texts. Weren't even really going through. Well, Tiffany texted me and hers came through.
And I did get a text to Bob and said, "Hey, we're having problems due to weather. Can you please post?"
Yeah, but I couldn't post it on the community page. I couldn't do anything. So it was like, what are we gonna do? This horrible storm came in. And it lasted most of the night. We had terrible service.
Well, I had service, bad service all day. And I mean, worse than usual, where I couldn't even get on Facebook, couldn't get on YouTube, couldn't get on Messenger, like none of it. And my texts weren't going through to family. Mm-hmm. So, but I have a stupid iPhone, so.
That is so weird.
It would go through to people that weren't iPhone users, but it would not go through to my iPhone users.
Yeah. How is everybody liking the Monday through Friday videos? We like it because it forces us to do work.
Are you annoyed with us yet?
But now you see how much you guys miss, because I have to cut out a bunch of the bee footage, like us goofing off and doing that kind of stuff to show. So when we're doing dailies, we get to put that in there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Live
Sue
chat.
Cheryl. Hi, Sue Cheryl.
Hi, Sue. We like it. They like us a lot.
A lot. They like us a lot.
You guys were supposed to get some snow, and Kimmy and I were out there with the reciprocating saw trying to cut fire.
Kira's in the house.
Kira, you made it.
Okay, so if you are the two ladies that are friends that wear the same coat, no offense meant.
That was not that. I liked their coats. Like, I totally wanted one of those coats. I wanted to be in their gang.
and I electively said, I don't think I would wear that coat. It's just not for me.
No, not on like a regular basis, but you know how warm their butt and legs were? It was long.
These were black coats that went past their knees, and they were the Michelin
poofy.
Man
poofy ones.
Yeah.
Oh, Kelly made it, and if you guys aren't aware, she's changed her name to Deer Haven Off-Grid Homestead, and we like it.
It's Kelly! It's going to take me a while to get used to, because I'm
is.
so used to my little Idaho Off-Grid, and I really like it.
Don't change your picture. If you change your picture, you're going to mess people up, so you have to keep that picture there for a while.
Yeah, we're supposed to get more snow tonight.
Yeah. More rain and snow, like, all night long. So after the live, I'm going to try and fix my chainsaw, because the reciprocating saw, like my hands, my wrists were like, girl.
Yeah, we were cutting some things up. By we, I mean Heather. Oh, there's
the
turkeys.
Oh,
there's turkeys.
I was like, what is that?
Big ones.
Big turkeys. They're coming. They're like
food. It's feeding
We're
time.
hungry.
I'm over the snow.
It's supposed to be in the 70s next week, yeah.
So we got woke up the other night by the dogs because they were like going crazy because of the darn coyotes.
There was that one coyote on the pipeline, I think, and it was yipping. And Chloe was like, I'm taking you out, man. She's got the big boy bark, big girl bark. And Justin just starts howling. He crawls up on me and is on me howling. And I'm laughing. And I'm like, shut up. Shh, quiet. But it takes forever to get them to stop once they start with the coyotes.
We were all awake.
Yeah.
So, story time. We're going to do in a video and we totally forgot. So, I think we're going to do it right now.
Yeah.
So, we go to upload
we didn't film today.
Yeah. We went to upload
no video tomorrow.
a video. Well, tomorrow's Saturday.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Oh, I'm off.
Today's Thursday.
I am off. Anyways, so we go to upload a video. Heather goes to upload a video. She gets in the car, and we
watch it because Kim doesn't
Home
see
Depot
it
or whatever. So yeah, she edits it, so I don't see it until it comes out and it's live. And so she plays it in the truck while we're driving, and she's like, "I can't find my phone. I must have left it in the library. Turn around." And And so it's in one of those circle drives where you can pull off this way or this way or this way or this way. Roundabouts, thank you. And I get halfway through it, and we realize we're watching it. And so I just keep going around in circles in this roundabout.
So there we are, middle of town. By the Super One, where everybody's grocery shopping.
Which is funny because, just like the day, maybe a week before that, I had left mine at the laundromat. So, because I was trying to upload at the laundromat, so I had mine like tucked in a window and totally forgot about it. So,
ever trim the dog's nails? Not yet.
Jim DeLong, hello.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Heather and Kimmy. I finally got notified of a live in time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I would have to say that Robert, I think was it Peterson? Anyway, he was the only one that cued in on my song that I was singing when I went, and then, he's like, I haven't heard that song in a while.
And I had no idea what she was talking about.
Hi, Bradley, you made it.
At all.
This happens a lot. I do songs, because I'm always, like, referencing songs, and Kim's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then I play her the song, and she's like, I've never heard that.
Yep.
She's never heard that one.
Bradley.
Hi, Anna. You have to wind up to get out. Exactly, Vicky.
And the question is, do you blink? Do you turn your blinker on? Or do you not? Because you're like kind of driving straight almost.
Well, and if you turn your blinker on and then you don't take that first exit, everybody's confused. So, and half the people don't know how to use them. So it's just a big cluster once you get up there.
You know what I like about this? I like that the lighting is really good.
It's really
Besides
good.
me being really pale, I think we look really good.
I think we look pretty.
Yeah.
I look like a lumberjill.
I think we look really good considering we haven't showered in several
Yes,
days.
exactly. I haven't brushed my hair in like 3. Blinker to get out is what Syl says.
No blinker.
Kelly says no blinker.
What are we singing?
Okay, Anna, do you know that song, Along Came John? I'm going to have to post it.
Sandy!
I'm going to have to post it. Hi, Sandy.
KJ loves roundabouts. You're supposed to turn
The
left blinker on until you're about to exit, then turn the right one on. Oh. That's
I had
something I had
no
never heard
idea
of.
that was how you did it.
Well, to be fair, when I went to driving school, I was like 18.
I was 15. I got my driver's license at 15.
Oh, 17. I was
I'm
17.
an overachiever. Actually, we lived way out in the middle of nowhere. My parents were going on vacation. I had to get to school.
I was forced. I did not want to go.
You did not?
No. Well, to be fair, when I was younger, I did a Ouija board, and it said I was going to die in a car crash. So I was terrified, terrified to learn how to drive. And so my dad forced me.
Oh, Kelly got hers at 15 also. 6 and 3 years there, respectively. Germany and the UK, they have a bunch of them.
Those are the rules there.
Okay, Anna would like us to sing a little bit of the song.
I don't, but then we can't be monetized for this video. We make a whole buck on this video.
Yeah, we don't make a lot off the lives unless people donate money.
It's not even a buck that we make.
Yeah.
Like it's like maybe 20 cents.
$1.50 probably
maybe,
on some of them. There's one I got. See, I'm still working on getting
on mine. I get like 5 cents. So.
Dad's taught us exactly, Vicky. But they're taking it all away from the parents.
Call me and sing to me, Anna says. Don't sing, just say the words one at a time.
Okay, I have to look it up because now I can't remember the words.
Okay, I know one. When I'm alone in the room.
To the windows, to the walls.
Oh, I know that one too.
You know that one.
Mine was LL Cool J. I need love.
Let's see. You guys, make sure you thumbs up. I cannot thumbs up because I'm not actually.
Okay, it's so funny because Tiffany earlier had said, I don't see all the thumbs up. And I went and thumbs up and there was 0 when I thumbs up.
Nobody
and that was after Tiffany said it. So I was like, she's obviously seeing something I'm not because she was seeing 3 thumbs up and I was seeing none. So weird. I hate looking at the phone to to read what you guys
Yes.
are saying, because I feel like we're like always looking down here, looking at our foreheads or our tops of our heads.
Okay, they're not just giving me the lyrics. It's a really old song. And I just think it's funny of all the songs that, old songs that I know that Kim does not know. Our parents definitely
Had different
genre. But I'm very eclectic in my music. I like funny songs.
I am too, but mine is a little different eclectic than her. Like, I listen to Latino music because I was learning Spanish, and so I immersed myself in that. So I have a lot of Spanish music too.
Atco Recordings, the Coasters is who sang it, and it's called Along Came Jones.
Look up Along Came Jones, Ray Stevens.
Yeah, well, the Coasters who are originally sang it, but I bet Ray Stevens is really funny too. Was Ray Stevens part of the Coasters? I'll post it on the... That's what I should start doing, posting the songs on the community page that I sing in the videos.
That you reference in the videos? You totally should. My parents were Eagles and critics? Creednecks?
Critics? Creedence.
Oh, my mom did
Clearwater
Creedence
Revival.
too.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was a Creedence. It's so funny because the songs that my mom liked, like Journey and those kinds of things, my son started liking and started playing when he was in high school.
Jim said he was a country comedy singer.
Yeah,
Ray Stevens, yeah.
Yeah, Creedence Clearwater my mom liked a lot too.
Who's heard of The Point?
Is that in Hawaii?
That's the long one. No, it's a song.
Is that a
And you'll hear me every now and then whenever someone says something, I'll be like, she got a point there. That's from that.
I don't know that one either.
Oleo.
Michael Greer, this is Anna's mic. I'm real. Or did she create an account to pretend I'm real?
I mean, I would not put that above her.
Well, we're glad that you made it, Mike. Now you can see her goofy friends from halfway across the United States.
Just remember, we're really pretty. Your camera is messed up.
Upper Sky DJ, hello all. Made it to your live. We're glad you're here.
Yeah, I'm on Top Chat. That's why I'm not seeing things. I'm a nut, and I'm a nut in my life. Don't ever get in a nut. In a rut. Oh, okay. Well, Sil, I decided you were a nut instead of in a rut.
We've missed you, Sil.
We have missed you,
We've
Sil.
missed you so much.
Quite a bit.
Anna, we love
Upper
you.
Sky DJ finally made the live. Yay!
Anna, I owe you a coffee. Oh, hi from Ontario, Canada.
Right.
Darlene Livings. Hi, Darlene.
Hi, Darlene. No rapid unplanned disassembly today. I'm totally stealing that from SpaceX.
We get it, Sil.
Yeah, we get it. What else were we?
Bye, Kira.
Oh, bye, Kira. Time for dinner. Hi, Dad. You didn't call me back. Just saying.
Hi, Paul. He did call you.
No, he called me, and then he had to go because there were some crazy people at his desk.
Yes.
And then he said, I'll call you back. He
Yes.
did not call me back.
It's true. True. That is true. Well, it took him a week or two to call us in the first place back. So.
I know, I'm kind of thinking maybe he doesn't like us. I might be taking this personal.
That's funny.
I mean, if he called us more often, then...
Hi, Cora.
Hi, Cora. Oh, see, I'm still on Kira. I don't even have Kira anymore on here. Now I'm on live
No,
chat.
Cora was up there.
Oh, okay.
I just.
Oh, there, I see. Okay, so let's talk about the water lines.
Let's talk about water, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about. Go ahead.
Or, Cora says, or he is just busy. Well, I am like his sister, so, you know, that's like a real thing. He should call his family more often.
Okay, water lines. What are
Water lines. Okay, so a lot of people have these water spigots are
People are panicking.
panicking. There's panic in the streets.
Everybody's like, ah, it's gonna freeze. You're gonna freeze it down.
So a couple of things that we are going to do. I've been debating of doing the off switch so that I can turn the water off here. But these lines, I don't think I'm going to cover this wall. So there's going to be, this will be all enclosed, but then I could have access to this stuff if there was a leak. Yeah, the cabinets. So you can open the cabinets and then, I don't know, maybe put like a back there that can be taken out or something fairly easy. So we're definitely going to do that because I do want to be able to access these if,
Hi, Little Ridge Farm.
If there is leaking. So this is the only place right here that we have connectors. There's the one there that we have the connector from the main line down. And then there'll be the ones in the bathroom. So, I mean, at some point, you got to kind of be like, Heather keeps it at 80 degrees in here in the wintertime now. It is really warm.
I don't think they will freeze for sure.
I would say the only thing that there was an issue with inside here that would freeze when the fireplace would go out would be when the logs were, snow was kind of melting off the logs and it would get on the floor. That would freeze a little bit. And I think it's because the logs were insulating that area from...
Was that pre-insulation under that?
No, it was even after insulation, which really surprised me. But it didn't happen as much after insulation. That's why I was thinking the logs set up the way that they were insulating that so it would melt down and then kind of freeze. But we will have the bottom enclosed all the way, so...
Seal said he learned the wet way by not having a easy shut-off valve access.
So, I mean, if I was going to do that, though, the shut-off valve would be in the wall. So, there'll be, in this corner is going to be a dishwasher. And then beside it is the sink. And so, the dishwasher could be pulled out, and you could get behind that and do stuff. And then, obviously, underneath the sink, you could open that up. But I know that these have been really tested as far as getting frozen, and if you connect them correctly, you're not supposed to have any leaks. Like April Wilkinson on her channel did a whole thing, but she capped them.
I thought she only did woodworking. She did pipes.
She showed if these worked or not.
Oh.
She froze them. Remember?
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did all sorts of different things.
She did all the different kinds. Yeah.
And the PEX was one that never broke.
The PEX was one that never broke, never cracked, and all of that kind of stuff. So, the worst case scenario is that we would have to haul in our water because we wouldn't be able to access our water in the back if these froze. But and then I was thinking I could spray foam this all, so they're like all spray foamed in the wall. But then if you obviously want to just stop it from freezing anyway, and to begin with, so there will be a bunch of spray foam, and the pipelines on this back wall where it goes out, there'll be 5 inches of insulation in between the water lines and the wall, because that's the outside wall on that.
KJ wants to know if we got a box from her that had a jig set from the wish list.
Yes.
Yes.
I did.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I was so excited about that. Because we are right on it. Once this gets enclosed, actually, I think between this weekend, we should finish having the wallboard up on all of this. As long as the rain isn't too terrible, because we do have to cut pieces out there. Because we're going to start cutting them outside so we don't have the mess and the dust. And then we'll be getting, starting the cabinets. So I'm like,
which we're super excited about.
Super excited. So yeah, I love the idea of an off switch here. We'll definitely have one where it comes in, but it'll be on the outside. Because there'll just be a big 250 gallon water tank there, or 275, I think is what it is. Will be right there, and that's how much we'll be pulling water out from there.
Right.
So there will be an off switch there, and then you could open this up and drain it. But
Priscilla, hi Priscilla.
Hi Priscilla, we were just talking about you today.
Yeah.
Wondering how you are. So That's I think that was the biggest concern was I definitely needed to have an off switch. Really, Chloe?
Chloe, consider pressure tests on lines before wallboard on those areas if possible.
Well, yeah, that's why we were gonna put the OSB up, but not. It would. I'd be able to access them from down here.
Yeah. Priscilla used the wrong account. She's coming back. That happens.
And I cannot wait for cabinets either. We are very, very excited.
We're excited with all of the progress that we're making.
We're feeling better.
Yep. There's still some tiredness,
Yeah.
but like,
So weird.
no, I don't.
About 3:00, we need to take a nap.
And it's funny because I'm not much of a napper, but
No.
lately it's been bad. But
Yeah. But got the vitamin D3 we've been taking.
I need to be better about it. I've not been good about it. Causes me some other issues that we won't go into here. But anyways,
That's
yeah,
not the
storage
D3.
will be nice.
Well, and I think next winter, because we were talking about what are we going to do next winter to be filming. And I think we're going to work on our organization, like building things for organizing the cabinets, and all of that is just going to happen next winter.
Cajun just hasn't needed afternoon naps since 48.
Me too. I never outgrew them.
I've never.
I've always. I used to get home from high school. Now, that being said, I would get up at 4 a.m., ride my horses for an hour to 2 hours, shower, run to my bus stop, and get on the bus. So I've always been up really early.
And she's also one that when she naps, it's like an hour and she's being
I'm
wide awake. And I'm like one that if I nap, it's a commitment. It's 2 to 3 hours, and then I'm like so groggy that I feel like I need a cup of coffee to wake up. Like
we felt like we were drugged. That's still today. That's how we both were. We were like, man, did someone drug us? Like, that's crazy.
feels like I feel crappy after a nap. Yeah,
But
that's kind of how I feel.
All the women in my family have always taken naps.
But
Like,
I just
my
was-
mom after work, right after school.
I was so tired. I couldn't even. I was trying to read, and my eyes were like going all crisscross.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
So yeah, but we didn't do any work today, so there will not be a video tomorrow.
We did work, but not like stuff to show you per se.
Right. We had to run some errands, and we didn't do anything in here.
Yeah.
And we have been actually working in the evenings and stuff, but yeah. So that's that.
If I get 15 minutes, I can sleep at. I can't sleep at night.
Oh wow.
Naps are supposed to be 45 minutes max to avoid REM sleep, which makes you groggy. Okay, so funny story. I had this doctor that I worked for, and he was very, very punctual. And he was one of those doctors that he would turn people away if they were late because he was always on time, always 100% on time. And so, it would. There's a point to this story. So it would make it like, you get 5 patients that are late, and that puts you really far behind.
Right.
And then other people get really mad, right? So he would be like, if somebody canceled, he'd be like, I'm taking a nap, and he would literally take his 15-minute nap, and he would just be like, okay, I'm ready for the next patient. I took my nap. It was the craziest thing, but he would just sit there in his chair. He was ex-military, so
Yeah. You learn to sleep anywhere when you're military. You're just like,
Yeah.
oh, we have 15 minutes. Yep.
Little Ridge. I love watching y'all's progress.
Jim said since he retired, he takes a 2-hour nap around noon. That is, I think, one of the things we don't really do in the summer is nap.
We do, we do in the middle of the day because it's too
Sure.
hot outside. So we work really early and then we stay out and work really
Yeah.
late.
And usually
And
our
those are
working
cooler
late
spots.
is prepping for that next day. That's
Uh-huh.
how we do it. Yeah.
And then during the middle of the day when it's the hottest,
It'll be really spinning. It'll be really interesting this summer to see how cool it stays in here. This is shaded, and I'm really hoping that we're not going to need air conditioning. I know last year the treehouse was quite a bit cooler. I took naps up there a couple of times because it was just it was really nice. It was really cool.
is that where you disappeared to?
Yep.
Just kidding.
Sweet
I knew where she
Hmm.
My progress has slowed down, Little Ridge, but I will be building more soon. I hope next week. We hear ya.
You know, that's kind of the hardest part. I was telling Kim, I'm like, man, in Texas you can build year round. Like the weather is just so nice and you can always be, you know, you have like a week of awful weather. So you could literally build year round and get a lot done. And I think that's the biggest thing that people don't understand about here is you can't. I mean, you can if you have heavy equipment and you can move all the snow and you don't get super cold. So,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, there are people that are doing it, that are outside working, you know, in
Kudos to them.
Yeah.
Jag wants to know what the summer temperatures are here.
So our average is like, I think it was 84. In August, the last couple of years, we've had really hot summers. So like in the 90s and in the hundreds. But usually August, there's a 2-week period of over 100-degree weather. And then that's usually it. So, it's really nice. Over by the sawmill is all sun, so it's really hot there, but you have the breeze and sometimes the really windy. It's like
That's
really,
the hardest
and
area.
that wears you out.
It is the hardest area because you have no cover, no trees, and it's like full sun beating on your head.
Yeah, that's the same. I lived in Arizona from the time I was like 6 months old until 14. We moved when I was 14 to Texas.
Jag, we're not very humid here at all. There's not much humidity. I've lived in some humid places, Arizona and Hawaii. Terrible humidity, but here it's
Arizona's dry.
Not Arizona. Sorry, Florida and Hawaii. Florida and Hawaii, and here it's not humid at all.
Mm-mm. Winter is for interior work. That's exactly.
I don't know why I said Arizona because I have never lived in Arizona.
Your mom was in Arizona. I was staying in
She
Arizona.
My mom lived there, but I didn't.
It's a very dry, hot heat. And I loved it because when I'd go visit my grandma, I would be up like super early. And then, you know, when you're in someone's house and you're visiting and you're an early person and they're not. And so I would just go out and sit on the back porch and just kind of like listen to. You had to be really careful because there were cougars or pumas, and lynx and coyotes and all that stuff and snakes.
Today before the storm,
Darlene, where are you? Humidity festival. That's hilarious.
2 cougars in the room, Anna.
So I was visiting. Okay, this is here story time.
Grab a drink.
I'm at my grandma's house in Tucson, and actually it's my uncle's house. My grandma lived there, but and she was like, "Don't let the dogs out by themselves. Like, do not do it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I grew up here. I know." And so it's probably 4:00 in the morning, and Chloe and Justin have to go potty, and so outside we go. And I've just got my little phone light, and there's this crazy sound, and I'm like, "Oh, there's something over there," and it sounds like 5 houses down, and all of a sudden it stopped, and the dogs are like going to the bathroom and doing their thing, and then they bolt for the back door. Like, I have never seen Chloe move this fast ever. I love you, girl, but you're a potato. And so, and I turn around and there's a huge, it was probably a lynx cat. Huge. This thing was like sitting 3 foot tall. It was not a cougar. Sitting right over, I had to go under it to get to the door. And I was like,
Nope.
oh, shiznit, huh? And the dogs were like, let us in. Yeah. It heard us come out and was like, hey, snacks. Somebody let their little dog out. Yeah. Here.
They're like, Chloe heard her name and came running.
She did. She's sitting here staring at me now. Come here. Do you want me to hold you?
Pretty kitty.
Yeah. Do you want me to hold you?
Yeah, humidity's the worst.
Oh, it is the worst.
And especially trying to work in it.
I cannot.
I mean, not that I did a lot of work when I was in Florida, but in Hawaii we were in the military, so we had outside work that we had to deal with while wearing a uniform.
I'm just glad we weren't like well, you were for a little bit, where you were a field unit and had to do all that crazy stuff
Yeah.
and all that stuff. I didn't have to do that. She does want a cookie, and we're very low.
This was full at the beginning of the month and literally to the top, and it was almost busting. And this is what it looks like now.
Because we can't get a cat.
We need to get a sponsor that sponsors the dogs.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
So,
Well, I did BarkBox for like 7 years with Chloe, and then I just recently canceled it. And I did message them and say, hey, I've been a long time, and now I'm doing YouTube. Would you want to sponsor us? They have not gotten back to me. Hi, Wade. You made it.
we couldn't do the live on Tuesday, so we decided to do it today. We were just getting terrible service because of the weather, the storms and such. So
Yeah.
that's so funny.
Yep. So I think, well, Friday we have a dinner at friends, but tomorrow we're going to trying to finish up this wallboard tomorrow and Saturday, and then Monday will probably be a shopping trip to Home Depot to get the plywood for the
Home Depots.
home depots.
Yes. We have to make a feed run too.
We don't need to make a feed run. Yeah. Guess I trimmed that off.
All those things.
All right. What kind of questions do you guys got?
Questions. Question time. There's something I was going to bring up. No, I'm trying to think what it was. Do not
I don't know. I don't think you told me.
Susie!
Hi, Susie. You made it. You made it. You need a Home Depot sponsor. Yes! Your
Yes.
mouth to God's ears. That's exactly what we need.
Yes, ma'am.
Jody says, y'all are doing a great job on the house, especially considering your physical ailments right now. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Have you put the kitty box out? Anna posted a thing
I saw
and
that.
challenged us.
I saw that. And I said, I don't remember what I said, but I commented on it.
I have to work on boxes. Did the yard looks like a wrestled with the salad shooter and lost? Oh no. Okay, so the first time I sheared one of my sheep, it looked like that. It was terrible.
Are you using the bathroom yet?
His name was Stanley. Well, yes, of course we go to the bathroom. If we didn't go potty, we would explode.
Have you had your wiring inspection?
Where we live, we don't really do that.
You don't have to have an inspector, but we do have a really good friend that is an electrician.
Yeah.
That we run things by. And
I've sent him pictures. He said everything looks good so far. He's going to come over when we're actually attaching everything to the
breaker box?
the breaker box. So like I've sent him the pictures of the stuff before we put the walls up. Are the dogs related? Oh, and Jim doesn't know what service we were in.
I can answer that one if you want to answer
Okay.
the dog one.
Okay.
We were in the army together. That's how we know each other. Best friends from the army.
We were military police.
Yeah.
So, and no, the dogs are not related. They were going to be breeding dogs for me because I do a lot of showing and a lot of trialing and that kind of stuff. But Chloe has a bad elbow, and Justin is just a dirt-to-dirt.
It's very special.
He is more like a Jack Russell, so he does not act like a corgi. He's not what the breed standard wants a corgi to be. So I've decided he's got something on his
Look
nose.
at his nose. Oh, you
Oh,
got
you're so special, honey.
Justin is special.
Everybody needs a Justin in their life. Yeah. So he's just a great pet. He's got a lot of fear issues, and I don't want to breed that into the breed. So
Yep.
we'll have to.
One up?
I will end up getting another female eventually. I do herding with these guys, so as soon as I get sheep here, we'll get back into doing herding and stuff like that.
Okay, I bet you now, but no growling.
No growling because then you're loud.
Yep.
Nobody can hear.
You show corgis, Jack says?
I do agility, competition obedience, and herding are the three. When I bred German Shepherds, I did Schutzen, obedience, tracking, agility. That's pretty much it.
KJ says Justin getting
Service
his
dogs.
nails trimmed still cracks her up. Funniest videos to date. Poor boy.
Yeah, he is. Did Kelly just send us a text?
I don't know.
Kelly, you just sent a text?
CNC Farms. Hello, welcome.
Hi, welcome.
Yeah, we still have not trimmed the dog's nails. That's a challenge.
It is really a challenge. And we have everything kind of moved into the living room, and I have to sit on the floor to do it. And so since the living room is just a hot mess, like I have a little path to my bed.
When are you going to put the rest of the walls up in the kitchen?
Hopefully in the next couple of days. Probably tomorrow and Saturday we'll be finishing that up. So that'll be in most likely Monday's video.
Hello, Michael from Green Bay.
Hi, Michael.
Welcome. Yeah, we're excited. We're
There's
so excited.
There's like a lot of hair.
Every
He's
time
shedding.
Every time we get a new wall up or the ceiling up or what have you, it's just like a whole change. It's amazing seeing the progress.
Smelling salts for Justin.
I don't know. Chloe gets growly.
Chloe will. She'll bite the nippers.
She gets really growly.
What you doing, Justin?
He's like, pet me.
I'm the babies. I want the kisses. Oh, I do. I get the kisses.
he keeps grabbing my arm and making me pet him. Goofball. What I sent is for you to look at after the live.
Okay. It's not distracting at all while it pops up on this. Not even a little bit.
That's funny.
I'm going to try to fix the string broke on my chainsaw and whipped back in. So I've got to pull all that apart and try to fix it so that I can cut up some firewood out of these branches. We have a bunch that are just kind of laying around, and I can get them cut up. And hi, Don B. And at least give us a little bit more firewood for these next couple of days because it's going to be in the 70s next week.
Susie wants to know, are we going to pressure test the wire lines before we put the wall boards up?
Probably not before, but we will have access to those areas.
Because we're leaving an open spot.
Yeah. Actually, I meant to get that where I can do the air pressure test.
Thank
here.
you, Sue.
So we still got to do the bathroom, so I'm really feel like I should just wait until the bathroom is also done and then pressure test it all.
Mm-hmm.
I probably won't film it just because a lot of people film them, but maybe we will.
Who knows if that's what we're doing for the day?
Exactly. You know, the thing is we are on the push right now to hurry up and get some things finished. I know that's a shocker to a lot of people that we might want to actually finish something. I have a couple people that give me a hard time about it. It's fine. It totally changes the feel, Jen.
Yes, it sure does.
Colleen made it. So we
Hi, Colleen.
there are days that I honestly don't feel like being filmed, and I get very grumpy. And I just want to get some things done because I feel like I'm getting so far behind. And so then we'll try to get some stuff done. And Kim does try to film, but I'm grumpy and it's no fun. So, potting tomatoes. That's for the third time.
Piggy says, since you're putting wallboards on with screws, you can take it down and do repairs easier.
And that's, yeah. And the underside part of the cabinet, like I said, I'm kind of debating on just leaving that open. And then that way, if I do need to access that, I can very easily because there'll be the cabinet here. So you won't have to try to like pull something out with the cabinet there. So that is a big possibility that I'm going to do that.
Yes, Susie, our lives are usually on Tuesday. We were having some issues with the weather, so we didn't have service, so we couldn't do it. So we decided to change our members only live on Thursday to everybody live today. So
Yeah.
So we do also have a members only live on Thursdays for anyone who wants to become a member. You'll have access to that as well. So we'd love to
Yeah.
have you.
So Susie says yes, air pressure test. I've seen connections leak. Yeah. I've had to redo the plumbing in a couple of houses. I've never used the PAX because it wasn't available really 10 years ago whenever I was doing it. So
My sweet boy.
that he's got you covered in hair. He needs a bath. We need to get these dogs to the groomer.
I don't
Not
want-
to the groomer, but to the self-wash place.
It's like, let me give you all the kisses right in your face.
But I've got to get the connection all set up that does that air pressure test. And I did not pick that up. Oh, Chloe's coming through.
The bulldozer.
Chloe Tsunami. Come here, Mama, hold you.
So she says, or you could cut the panel in 2 pieces so you can just remove the part you need.
Hi, girls. Do you want to come up and say hi? Nobody can, they can see your little nose. She's like, stop licking me, Justin.
Only use caps if you have questions, Wade.
Spin around. Turn around.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
We get our Chinese food at the
At the gas station.
at the gas station. Well, it sounds funny, but what is it? Chevron. The Chevron in Sandpoint has a little
It's a
Chinese
76,
restaurant in it.
actually.
Is it 76?
Because the Chevron's across the street.
Yeah, they changed. Oh, that's true. It is. And they have a little Chinese restaurant in there. There was another Chinese restaurant in town that closed down. So I think they're the only one.
Yeah, that was a buffet place that we'd never been. We were laughing so hard because there was this guy that was telling her how he ate at both places last night. And we're like, shh, man, you're going to get spit in food.
We were like, we only go to yours.
We don't eat anywhere else.
No, all yours.
That's funny.
Dives have the best food sometimes. It's funny because that's our Chinese food is a very rare thing for
Yeah,
us.
because it's expensive.
Well, and yeah, it's super expensive, and it's just we don't honestly eat out as much as it may seem
like we do.
but we don't. So
Yeah. Well, and we
station
were.
at the top of Longbridge. Yes. Yes.
Ooh, Jim would like to send something to the dogs, but he doesn't know the address. So in the description of every one of the videos, all the way at the bottom is if you want to send us something, and then the address is right there.
Yeah.
This is what I was telling Kim. I was like, this is so funny because that place was recommended by my dental office. And so that's why we tried it, because she was like, oh, it's the best. But I'm such a foodie, and if I don't want to waste money, because if you don't like it, you still have to pay for it. So I'm like, I don't want to waste money going somewhere and trying something new. It's why I get the same exact thing everywhere I go, because it's like, okay, I know this is good, so I'm going to spend my money on something that is good, and I know it's good.
It's so funny because it's not like it's a gas station. It's not like it's a, I don't know how to explain it. It's not like it's a the gas station cooking the food.
Yeah, no, there's this
It's
little
a Chinese
yeah.
couple that has their own little section that's closed off that they have a kitchen in. So
I'm not petting you.
Jim
There's
says,
so much hair coming out of
I
yourself right
worked at
now.
a job where I ate gas stations for over 7 years.
I know.
Were you a truck driver? That happens a
Yeah. Yep.
lot. Justin's awfully verbal, and I'm not even petting him.
He's trying to get me to pet him.
Hey, look this way, so they can see you. See the camera?
He's
Justin,
like,
you're
no,
on the
I see
camera.
your finger.
See? You're on the camera. You're on the camera.
Jim, that's exactly what I do. It's exactly what I do. I'm stoked. I'm really excited about getting these cabinets going because we have everything to get our sink in and the faucet and our light above. We found one on clearance for the light above. I think it's actually for a bathroom, but I don't care. I like it. It's going in here. And so this whole section will actually be done, other than we won't have the dishwasher. And how much was that dishwasher? Do you remember?
I remember.
I can't remember either. We found one, and so we're building in a thing for that particular one. I think it was like 400. Might have been less. It's a smaller one. But dishwashers use less water to wash the dishes than hand washing, so that's why we're going to put one in here, because when you're having to conserve water, because I wouldn't do it. I like washing dishes. I actually really like having my hands in the water. So I wouldn't actually do a dishwasher, except for that you use less when doing it.
Yeah.
I think we already have our bathroom light.
I think so. There was a question that I think was in the comments about how we're getting the heat from the bathroom, the water.
Yeah, so actually we're doing under cabinets, on demand hot water heaters, and there'll be one in here for the kitchen sink, and there'll be one in the bathroom for the bathroom. So they're small, and they are 110 volts, so they are electric. But again, you only are using electric. It's only pulling electric when you're heating the water. So unless you're standing there with the hot water running, or like it'll be running when the dishwasher's going, and or if you're showering or whatever. But that would be the only time it'd be pulling. Where a regular water heater would be keeping that tank heated all the time, so it pulls a lot more electricity.
And that's why you guys didn't see us pull the red packs through, because we're not doing hot water going from one area to another.
No, yeah. So what we'll do is this main line goes all the way over the bathroom, and we'll drop down a main the main half-inch piece will come down, go into the water tank, and then the hot water will come out of that. So that'll work on the sink and the shower.
Yep.
Hi, Susan Bernard, you made it.
Oh, we're so glad you came.
How are all the livestock doing? Well, rabbits are doing what rabbits do. We have lots of little baby bunnies everywhere.
I don't know who just said it, Corgi Glitter, but you're right.
Yes, that is absolutely what it is. Danielle's Duckhead Homestead is here.
Well, hi.
So all the rabbits that are in the pen, that does have mesh underneath it. They cannot dig out.
Hi, Virgil.
These rabbits that are kind of running loose have been loose. We had like 2 get loose, and it looked like it was, or we had a few get loose, and then they had babies, and so that's kind of what's hanging around here. And to be honest with you, the birds of prey kind of pick off some, and we think some of the big cats that are in this area will pick them off or whatever. But we've got about 4 or 5 big ones that we are going to be working on catching. We're just not doing it right now, feeding themselves. But we do know where the holes are, and so we're putting pins around their holes so that their babies come up and they're already caught. And then we just have to cover the hole and pick the babies out.
How expensive are those water heaters, Jug wants to know?
So I found one it was $85. It was like $91 with tax. It's not the one that I have on the wish list. In fact, I need to go pull those off because those actually won't work. The more I did some research on those. So I found one that I'm gonna try here underneath the sink. It was like $85 and then $91, I think, with all the tax and stuff. And so I want to try that one first, because if it ends up being not a good one, then I don't want to buy the same thing. But if it ends up working really well, then I'll buy the same thing, get the same thing for the kitchen, the bathroom. And it's thin, and it's one that you can actually put on the wall, so it doesn't look awful. I think it has like a gold front or something. It's like actually considered more of a pretty one to have out. So
that is a great price.
It was a great price. I did lots of days of searching, and then when we were doing this, because I wanted to see how the water lines went into the water heaters to find out how to pull these through, right? And so I started looking at it, and then I started reading more about the ones that I put on the wish list. Actually, I will take those off as soon as we get done here, because I don't want anybody to... Hi, Aletta. We love you too. So that's when I started doing a little bit more research, and then I found this one, and I was like, okay, Kimmy, I'm just going to buy this one.
Thanks, Mods.
So that we can get it set up, and then we can actually wash our dishes in here, and I don't know, our sink will be big enough we can give the dogs baths.
Yes, KJ, the rooster is still around. He's a character, so we kind of
Oh, yes.
keep him because he's a character, and because our female duck went missing, and so the male duck needs a companion.
Yeah.
They kind of hang out together. They're the bachelors now.
Yeah.
So
We need a bachelor pad. We need to build a little bachelor pad for the bachelors. We will end up getting more chickens, and we will end up getting I'd like to get a couple of female ducks. I would like to get a different breed of female duck that will actually sit eggs, and I would hope that they would crossbreed. So the
Thanks,
Peking duck is what Donald is, and that's a meat breed, and so
Bromance.
they don't fly, but they also don't hatch out their own eggs, and I would like the mamas to hatch out their own eggs.
yeah.
So yes. Honestly, we could have this whole area for the boys. Bud could go in there.
We had
We
talked
can-
about a whole bachelor pad.
Whole bachelor
Put
yard.
Bud, the rooster, the chicken all together and say, you guys have your little bromance here.
Or you get the chicken and duck some girls soon. Okay, so our good question, Wade. One of the things that we didn't want to do this year was get more animals, because we really want to focus our time and energy on getting the
builds.
barn done. The barn done, and we need once the and I call it a barn. It's actually going to be a shop, and it has 2 stories. So the upstairs will have storage and stuff in it, and the downstairs will be an actual shop. So then the tool sheds can come down. All the tools will go in there, and all that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of work to do when you're milling your own and you're putting up your own. So
And we want to make new places for the animals as well, but
right,
so that's not a priority
we
right now.
have to get one for the goats.
Right.
And so that's a must. So between the shop barn and then the mini barn, we need one of those for the goats. If we can get 2 of them made, then we're going to overwinter pigs. So that's how we've decided to do the pigs, was overwinter. And then we'll kind of think about a chicken shed. I do want quail. So the old chicken coop that I was working on for the chickens when I broke my foot, I have replacements stuff for that. So I could do that for quail. So I'm thinking about doing that. But, it's just, we run out of time. We really have like 4 months of really good building weather. We have that bit of time that's really hot, and then it's, sometimes we gently come into winter. Other times it happens like it happened this last year, which was it stayed warm all the way till November. November hit, and it was like bam, it was cold. You did not want to be out there.
Let's see, I forgot what the question was. Are you going to have an extension to the wood mill?
That all depends on YouTube and if the channel takes off and can pay for it, because I don't have the money to pay for that. I'd really like to, because then right now I can mill 21-foot long boards, and so I can add an extension and actually do up to 40 feet. So I would eventually like to be able to do that.
Speaking of storage, any assessment on the collapsed shed?
Colleen, no. We had Colleen asked if he was the rooster. He's our main rooster. He's actually the dad of all the babies that were born. And the 2 that you gave us, an owl got. So that happened. He is the one that he's been really scrappy. Like the cougar, then when it was picking off chickens,
He's smart. So he goes in the goat barn at night and roosts in there. So he's super smart.
Yeah, Kelly, the A-frame, it needs 25-foot long boards. So Kim and I were talking about, let's talk about the A-frame. Let's say once we get the barn shop done and the mini barns. Okay, who here watches Lumna Acres? Because he built little barns that were 12 by 24. I'm thinking of doing 10 by 24, where you have a 10 by 12 tack room, feed room, and a 10 by 12 stall for the animals. So each animal's feed can be in right where they're at, and you just walk over there and everything's there and you can feed those animals. And so I want like 3 or 4 of those is what we've talked about. Chickens, we definitely want chickens, egg laying chickens, and fun ones. Like we want really cute fun ones. We want the Polish ones with the blup on their heads, and we want the little tiny ones because I like pickled eggs, and then some regular ones. So we just really want some fun ones, not for meat, not for processing. We have rabbits for that. So then we have the rabbits, and then the goats, and the goats and sheep can be housed together. I will eventually have, I need 3 sheep to do the type of herding that I do with my dogs. 3 minimum. That's the smallest amount. 3 to 5 is what you use. So what I'm hoping for is 3 sheep, 1 ram, 2 ewes. The ewes will produce couple babies, so that could give me 4 babies in the spring, which can then go to the freezer, but I can also work them with the sheep. So, and then the pigs will be an overwinter situation. We don't think we ever want to do pigs unless we get like a breeding pair that we like, that would be here all around. But we did not like doing pigs up here without well, because they go through a lot of water in the summertime.
A lot of time.
Once we get those things done, which we had hoped we were going to be able to mill throughout the winter, but there was just no way this winter. The one thing about making this a shop is we can pull the mill in and we can mill all winter.
That'll be so great.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's a real big deal, because then we can be all winter long milling out a kit. Everything is milled out for it, and then we could get on the build in the springtime, like really early. So we have to do 1 or 2 things. The A-frame will have 25-foot long boards that do this. I think that's what Wild Wonderful Off Grid had for theirs. I'm pretty positive that's what theirs was. And then, so that's 25 feet. We can mill a 25-foot log on my mill. There is a way to do it. It's really hard with no equipment, but we can do it.
That's the issue. We don't have the extra equipment to like move these things.
So we either have to purchase those, have them delivered. I don't even know what that would cost right now. Or we try to mill them without the extension, or we purchase the extension and we do that. So there's that. The other building that's going to be built is a barn-dominium. So I want a basement and a barn-dominium, and then we're going to be finishing out the inside, but I really want to hire that part out. The framing, the basement. Physically, we've made the decision. We don't want to do it. I'm going to say we can't do it. If we had the equipment, we probably could. But I think that's something that I really want to hire out. This is a mountain, and there's specific things that need to be done for basement. Kimmy's A-frame wants a half basement so that she can.
It would be nice.
If that's possible.
Yeah.
So
we're almost out of time. We have about a minute. For those of you that are asking bee questions, my live is going to be next Tuesday, so we can answer those bee questions at that time. Right. We just ran out of time, and we had lots we were talking about. Right. So we appreciate you guys so much for coming.
I mean, we can go over a little bit. And that's all my. So I don't really know if the A-frame is going to happen this summer.
I don't see it happening.
The only way that it would really happen is if the barn build got the channel to take off and we were able to purchase a kit and beg my son to dig
or be able to purchase equipment and the stuff that we need for that.
Because if we could get the basement in and the piers in and the base up, like if we could get the framing of it up, then and we were watching Matt and Brenda's with their cabin, I mean, and that seems
That was cool.
it's really cool,
It was
and
so
it was
cool.
really fast. You know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, they didn't get to get the roof on, so we don't really know. But the A-frames are really quick because everything is the metal. So once you have your OSB on, and then you put your metal on, you do your ends, and you're done. You're
Yeah.
closed in. So
Yeah.
I just don't think it's going to happen this year. What I do hope will happen is that we can have logs delivered, and we're milling it this next winter.
Yeah.
That's really kind of the hope. Because if we can get it milled, and that's the other thing I need to get up is a cover for the sawmill. So,
Yeah.
one thing about the shop being done is if the shop's done, the mill can be pulled in and then it's out of the elements. But it would be really nice to have it covered and be able to mill and then pull the logs into the shop to season over winter to just kind of sit. So, I don't know if we covered everything. Was there any other real quick questions?
Not really. How's the Blue Eddy doing? See, it's powering lights.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's such a game changer. We do have the generator running right now because we're charging the batteries over there.
And the Blue Eddy.
And we were cutting firewood with a reciprocating saw. So that was happening too. And then my hands were like, absolutely not. We're done. No more. It's not happening.
I give her kudos because I can't do the reciprocating saw.
Yeah.
Like it affects my carpal tunnel so bad. Like my whole inside my hand and all the way up my arm.
It was definitely hurting my wrists, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to see if I can restring the chainsaw so that we can cut the rest of these up so that we can have a fire tomorrow morning, because it was really, really cold in here last night. And actually, I think what we're gonna do is when we get off of here, we're gonna I'm gonna send Kim to the gas station to fill up the small propane tank so that we can at least turn on the little buddy if I can't get this
You're not gonna do a shed house with the barn build?
no.
Shed house?
No. Yeah. No, I don't. I've had 5 farms. One of them has had a really nice barn, which was the first one that I got after I got out of the service, and I built it. And it was just a pole barn in Texas, and it was great. And everything could be put in there, and I had animals, and I had horses, and all that stuff. And I have not had good barns in the other ones that I've lived in. So I really want... My Washington place had a great garage, but it ended up being a lot of storage. So this building will have a shop house. This building will end up having a garage off of it also. Because I think that's going to end up being a whole system for the sawmill. Eventually, I'd like to do custom orders. Like my son has his landscaping, and he's got a guy that does fences, and they want 8x8s, and so they could literally drop off trees. We could mill all the 8x8s and get paid. So that was something that we had discussed when I purchased the sawmill, that was something that I could do, once we'd gotten...
Which would be great because we really enjoy doing the
milling
sawmill.
is a lot of fun. It is legit my favorite tool here that we have. Like, I love being on the sawmill.
And I really like the physical activity and the moving the heavy logs. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but I really enjoy that.
You feel strong.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah. So having the sawmill having that whole section over there just being milling, shop, building, a big area where we can be building stuff. The barndominium that I want to build all my cabinets. I want to build all that finishing stuff. Like, I want to do that. So having that space to do that. Going over to Darlin Randy's and going into his shop, and like there's space to do stuff is amazing. And it's like,
shop.
Man, this would be so nice because then you could just set everything up and it's out of the way and all those things. But we also are going to do quite a bit of firewood, something that we want to be able to, if anybody in our church needs firewood, we want to be able to take them firewood.
Yeah.
Like, because we understand what a big deal that is. So, we're going to try to do double the amount of firewood that we need from here on out, and having that be able to be stored there is like a big deal for us. So that's pretty much why I decided that is not going to be a living space. There will be storage upstairs. Who knows, maybe sometime in the future we may put a little apartment up there.
Once we have the money to hire a handyman, then he can stay up there.
And that is actually something that we've talked about, is having a full-time person. You know, a lot of these big places, these other big channels, they have someone that comes and works with them, and so that would be really nice to be able to do. But yeah, those are all in the plans.
Hi,
so
Tim.
Hi, Tim. So if
winter sucks when you're cold, he says.
it was 26 degrees this morning, and it was really cold.
We had some issues earlier. We go to Bible study on Thursday morning with a bunch of ladies from church, and we got back and it was so cold in here.
Yeah.
It was colder inside than it was outside.
Yeah.
And we were like freezing, and we were like, okay, under the blankets while this
I actually cut up 2x3s. The last couple of days I've cut up our stick lumber and have started burning it because we just need. And once you get the building warm, and you don't stand with the doors open or anything, it stays pretty warm. So it can go out and it's fine. But that morning, getting up in the morning, getting out of bed is really cold. So
dry wood is a blessing.
they had grapple. What's a grapple? I don't know what a grapple
That
is.
grapple and sable.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's fun to say.
It is fun to
Grapple?
say. I don't know what it
That a
is.
grapple and sable.
I have to look it up. So, yeah, so we've got those things that we really want to do, and soft hail. Yeah, we've had that a couple of days in a row. But you know that, because we were talking about, well, should we get another delivery of firewood, and it's just not worth the money, because we're gonna be in the 70s next week,
especially since right now all of the snow is gone off the ground, so we can get to the wood that's out there.
I should get my chainsaw
It's
going.
just a matter of getting something to cut it up. So that's the issues right now, but there's plenty of wood down that we can use.
Yeah.
So we've done some foraging walks and such, and brought stuff in.
Yeah.
So is that a TV hung up?
It is.
It is indeed.
We had to get it up off the floor. Justin's been peeing on things.
We didn't want to pee.
It peed on it.
A PV.
Exactly. So I do think that we're gonna go and head out. I don't know what's going on with this guy now.
We love you guys. Bless you. Thank you.
Because we want to get some firewood done before it actually starts getting dark.
Thanks for being part of our lives.
We appreciate you so much. Thank you, guys. Let's see what Wade say. Heather and Kimmy, have a great night and stay warm.
God bless all.
Bye.